Battlefield 6 was fun. I think it's safe to say that the game had the amount of players playing it because it was actually just a fun time. I can't really remember the last time a game was causing this much buzz around it. My coworkers are all talking about this game, my friends are all itching to get back into the game, we all have to wait until the 14th just to play the game again. And that's just kind of how Battlefield is. You know, you get these iconic moments that you just can't help not talk about when you go and talk to your friends about it. It's literally called a Battlefield moment for a reason. I just want to take a quick pause and really thank the people who went out of their way to comment on my last video. It really does make the whole process of making these videos a lot more fun for me, so if you really want to, just leave a comment down below, smash the like button, hit that sub if you really want to. If you're going to be one of those guys that wants to leave those kind of comments like this one, extremely misleading title. Like, bro, you don't think I already know that? I made the title specifically like that because we haven't seen a Battlefield game with this much hype around it in quite some time. But let's keep reading, as this was an open beta, so of course it'll have more numbers. Like, what did you expect me to react when I read your comment, bro? Like this? And yeah, my last title of my video claimed that it was only just the beginning as it's the beta. But I didn't say anything about the game having more players on the actual release. It might have more players, it might not. But anyway, to get back on track, while we wait for these 3 days to pass just to get back into the next beta, a lot of the buzz around the game has been whether or not the game feels too like Call of Duty. I had another comment saying that the game felt like Call of Duty number 10, which I thought was pretty hilarious, to be honest. I can totally see where he's coming from. I mean, we did just come off the heels of the Modern Warfare series where they just upgraded all of their weapon models, and I think Battlefield 6 has a lot of the similar reload animations, and they're not totally the same, but you can kind of see the similarities. And I mean, we're just not going to talk about the fact that Delta Force kind of just ripped off a lot of the animations from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare series, but that's a topic for another video. And then I had another comment talking about how Call of Duty's been ruined by the new skins, which I totally agree with. Some of the new skins for that game has just been completely abysmal to even look at. It's an absolute vomit to my eyes. There really hasn't been that much else going on with the game right now. There's some small information coming out, still kind of speculating on what it's going to be like for the full release. I think the devs for this game should keep everything more of a secret, but I also really want them to kind of show off what's going to go on with the store and the battle pass. I really am concerned about that. I just think that a lot of people are used to Activision just kind of shoving a shop in their face 24/7. It's probably one of the main reasons that I was pushed away from the COD series, but we can't forget about the fact that 2042 was also filled with a lot of shop items and stuff that people really didn't like. And it was the same mistake that Call of Duty was making and pushed people away from the series. I think it's pretty obvious by looking at Call of Duty's player counts and how badly they're bleeding players, and for some reason they think it's going to be the greatest idea to make another Black Ops game that's just going to be filled with the same skins from the last game. We already have an idea of what the Vault Edition for Black Ops 7 is going to look like, and it already looks awful. Take a look at the Vault Edition reveal for the new game. This just looks like the exact same mistakes they were making from this year's title, Black Ops 6. So is it really going to be a good idea for them to continue doing the same thing that has been making them bleed players this year? I think a lot of people are going to be voting with their wallets this holiday season, and a lot of people are probably going to be leaning towards the Battlefield series this year. I talked about in my last video that I hope that they don't go back on their word and start putting in ungrounded skins into the game. But we've already seen that they're putting in skins that are related to Twitch Prime. You know, the soldiers have purple accents on them. The pre-order bonus has a black and red looking skin for the soldiers. But all those skins are still mostly grounded into the universe. I mean, sure, the colors are a little wacky, but you could paint yourself pretty much any camo you wanted to in Battlefield 4, and God forbid we even talk about what happened with Battlefield 5 in 2042. And the only sucky part is that in order to put, say, like a white snow camo or a fall camo on your tank or your gun, it's probably going to cost you a measly $5, let's hope. But if they go into this store and they start offering $20 bundles, the pitchforks and the torches are going to come out. The biggest mistake this game can make is to open up with a battle pass and a store that is filled with bundles that don't look good and are 20 to 25 to $30. I know executives need their money, EA wants their money. Make the cosmetics $10 or under, or hell, make it $5 or under, and watch how many more people are willing to spend that money. But hey, what do I know? I'm just your average Joe on the internet speaking out into the void, you know? But can you honestly blame me? I mean, how can I not be concerned about the game having a store and a battle pass, and then within 4 to 5 weeks of the game being available, we're going to have dumb looking skins and, you know, maybe not on the level of Call of Duty, but there's going to be some odd ones, I bet. I'm sure we might end up seeing some soldiers that are not in uniform, or, you know, something kind of outlandish that nobody's really expecting. And I really hope we don't see that with this new title. I really like the nameless soldier idea. I think the NATO soldiers look really good, and then the other faction, it's like PAX or something, they look pretty good as well. And each class, you know, assault, engineer, support, and recon, they all have their little gadgets on the characters, which I really like because it kind of gives them a different look. And that's how it was in the old Battlefield series, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. You know, if you were playing recon, your character looked a certain way, and it was even like that in the old Call of Duties. You picked a sniper as your class, and you had a ghillie suit. But in today's gaming environment, if you want a ghillie suit for your character, you either have to do some kind of crossover bundle with some beef jerky from MW2, or you got to pay $30 to look like that. It's at least a little bit refreshing to see that the devs for the game have already said that they're not going to be putting any outlandish skins into the game. But the one thing that seems to be a little overlooked is earnable skins through challenges. There was already a couple available, at least during the beta, and I went out of my way to go get those because they're free and they didn't look half bad, at least from the little preview windows that we got. And that's all people have been really asking for, is a fun task that gives you a good reward and just makes the game fun. Isn't that just kind of like what everyone's been asking for? It's just a fun game, especially a fun FPS. Like Call of Duty has been feeling like just a draining simulator, and it doesn't even make you want to play the game after a while with the way that matchmaking works and how they manipulate a lot of the stuff that goes on in that game. It's the same thing for the Halo series. I've always been a big Halo fan, and Halo Infinite is the exact same. It just feels like that game makes you not want to play it because you know every game is going to give you, you know, say if I'm a good player, I'm on the top and I've got 3 other teammates that are getting 5 or 6 kills a game while I'm dropping the other 40. But with Battlefield, and there's 32 people on your team, you know, you can casually sit in the back of the map with a sniper, although you'll get kind of lambasted for doing so. You're perfectly allowed to do that. My playstyle for Battlefield is to play the engineer and just immediately go after all the vehicles. I hunt the vehicles, I go after the air vehicles, I'm sitting on the tow missile turrets, and I'm trying to shoot down everything in the air to help my team out. That's why I think everyone has been enjoying the open beta so far. You know, you can play the way you want, do what you like. You know, if you just like the destruction of the game, go ahead and blow up all the buildings around you. No one's gonna stop you. Be the support player with the defib, running around zapping all of your enemies and picking up all of your teammates. You can even play the assault class with that little pocket shotgun that just completely mows people down. All these different playstyles are just a testament to how the Battlefield series has changed over time. You know, people really didn't like the change they did with 2042, and I think they're finally righting the ship. They're going back to what made the series worked, and honestly, I'm all there for it. You know, everyone keeps trying to compare this game to the old games, and honestly, like, comparing Battlefield 4 to this game especially, this game has a lot of similarities to that game, and I think I'll probably make a video in the future just kind of talking about my experience with Battlefield 4, and I've already seen a lot of comparison videos, so I think that's going to go pretty good. Anyway, that's all the time that I've got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my janky little commentary. But I plan on making a lot more videos about this. There's just a lot of buzz going on about this game, and I'm going to be right here talking about it. So see you guys in the next video. See you later.